T-Man 978 Shill Review.
Hello everyone, T-Man 978. Right now I'm going to be looking at Fortnite Victory Royale Series, The Scientist right here. The Scientist is part of the 7 collection, as you can see down there. And it has special packaging. You see that? You get this on the back. I'm not sure if this is a Pulse exclusive, but that's where I had to order it from right there. So, there you go. You hear things rattling in there because I opened the accessories and just threw them back in that box so you can see. This box, I can't really say it's more substantial than the other boxes. The other boxes are about this thick. It's just bigger because the character is bigger. But you do get this extra little window, which would have made more sense if they put a piece of Velcro right there to catch it. There is tape right there, and when you try to pull that tape off, it's going to rip the packaging, and it's not like really meant to be resealable. So that's strike one with this thing before you even open it. And why I have any strikes is this cost it costs $15 more than the original retail price of the Jazwares Brawler sets, where they were bigger figures. But I'm going to compare them later, and I'll let you guys tell me what you think in the comments. For anybody that's thinking, wow, they come with a special box, how resealable is it? This is what you're working with. It has this little team right here that's loosely, it's not glued to anything. So you can put his head in there, and then you can strap him down with these things right there. So it is resealable, as you just saw me do, because I did open this already. Other than that, out of the ordinary, you do finally get an instruction manual for an action figure that's not a Transformer. So they're showing you that it uses LR44 watch batteries in the back, 2 of them. You can take his back cover off. Let me just show you that right up front. You can take that off and unscrew it. And it does have 4 screws right there, Phillips. So I guess you can open that up and tinker with it if you want to. But here is this. And yeah. They show you right here. This is what this means. The button is right there. If you push it once, you turn it on, and it just lights up. If you touch it again, it turns off. But if you don't touch it for a while, I believe it cuts off by itself. I haven't really tested it. Touch it again, it's a pulsating glow. You touch it again, it turns off. Rinse and repeat. These are the faces that actually light up, because the default one has no holes in it, so you can't see the lights. So yeah, that's what that means. But let's get into the figure. All right, here is the Scientist out of packaging. Let me brighten things up a tiny taste. Now, this is a premium figure. What makes it premium, I'm thinking, is the paint job. You don't notice it at first, but when you start really looking at it, it looks fully painted. Like, that is purposeful right there. It's like wear and tear. That's like all over. It looked initially like a marbling effect, but it's actually intentional wear and tear. So this thing looks to be fully painted, or maybe it's just this color, and you see that's reflective, and then they painted this on there to look like wear. But basically what I'm trying to say is they tried to spare no expense with the paint. So it's paint and detail like all over the body, as that wear stuff all over the body. And you do have paint on the back of the legs. You have that. It's pretty much all over the body. So I don't think they skipped many deco details. Here is this default face right there. I'm trying to just show you everything before I actually start digging into this figure and getting into my gripes. Here are the good things. I like the way that's designed. That's really cool right there. But yeah, before we get into his articulation, I'm gonna show off, where did I put it? Here is his back bling, which also has some of that weird deco and whatnot. And this is so many layers of plastic. Like, this is really a separate piece, and it has that hose going in there. It has two hoses coming from that to this. This is like multi-layered plastic right here. Then you have the cape on top of that. Now, unfortunately, this peg is not very long. It's designed to fit perfectly in there and hit that battery cover. And I like the way this looks. It's like it's blue. And then it, I guess it would depend on what back bling he has, but since this doesn't really match that color, but I do like that right there. He shares stuff in common with the foundation. But you get this back bling, which is nice. You get this shotgun right here, which I guess is epic or legendary tactical shotgun. We just recently saw this with Ragsy right here. Let me open her up since I didn't think to do that beforehand and see if this gun is exactly the same. Yeah, it's exactly painted in the same areas, so there's nothing different there. And you get 4 optional face panels. This one looks like that. This one looks like this. You get this more smiley face one. And we get this one. How you put those on is you lift this off. And you have this one by default. Now I'm gonna grab this one, put that in there. It doesn't really tab or anything. It loosely sits in there. And this is what's supposed to keep that in place. I'm gonna tell you right now, this comes off way too easy. It's like a suggestion that's on there. It's not even really fully on there. Like, it's not doing it right now. But let me just show you this. I wanted to talk about this. This is a whole separate hose piece right here. This is a separate like piece going around there, just like the hoses on the back bling. But if you press this in, we start off with that pulsation right there. Let me move the light back. You can push it again and stop it. Push it again, and now it's just solid. Then we can stop it. But yeah, let me go through the other faces. Hey, come to find out, there is a 5th mask that glows. This one is based upon the one that he comes with by default, so you do have the option to light this one up. So that's cool. This may be all the 5 ones that are featured in the games, but let me put all the faces on like I promised. Here's that same face. Here's a smiley one. And it does cut off if you leave it on standby for about 20 seconds. It cuts itself off. So you should be good to go in this. These batteries should last for a while. Here's the last one. I don't know, I think I like all of these. This more intricate one that looks like a hockey mask or something, I don't really like that one so much as I like all the rest of them. And when it comes to this gun, he does have a very tight grip, so you don't have a problem with that. Now, getting him to actually hold it with 2 hands, you do have a problem, just based upon how this thing is sculpted, to be honest. Oh boy. Yeah, I did it. I don't know if it's even worth it, but he's a big character. Maybe he can carry it with 1 hand. When you do it, you're kind of warping the gun. So yeah, like I said, I don't know if it was even worth it, but let's show you the articulation after I show you this right here. These are separate pieces, so it is double layered and triple layered and has a whole bunch of details, especially when you have on this back bling. Let's start with this head. The head articulation sucks. It does that and that, and it kind of tilts a little bit, and when you rotate it, his head turns at an angle, and like I said, this face, this mask does not stay on at all. It is so frustrating, especially if you need to manipulate the head. These clips or pegging points that's supposed to hold it in there, it does not stay right. But let's let you see this. Here's the problem. Now, it looks like it's designed like a dumbbell joint where this should rock back and forth. It does nothing. I would imagine that it lights on the inside and it shoots the light up through here. So they could have put some more articulation in that. And like I said, if you take this off, he does have 4 screws. So I may open up his body and see if I can tinker around with it. Let's see what I discover. I probably won't discover that I can make him be more articulated, but if you want him to have normal head motion, you have to just plop the head on slightly and not pop it all the way on the ball joint. And if you want him to look up even a little bit, you can still, let me make it solid. You can still see the face while he's looking up like this. But remember that his head isn't on that all the way. That's the only way you can achieve anything more than this. The arms go out to here. There is no butterfly. Every single one of these have some kind of butterfly, but not this $45 one. You get this much bend right here. You do get a rotation there, and it like ratchets or feels like a ratchet in both directions, basically. The wrists go in and out and rotates. Now the midsection, you get a little back and a little forward. You rotate all the way, and you can side tilt and all that, and you can side tilt like this. There is nothing, just like Siona, nothing in the abdomen section, because I guess they wanted to keep this sculpt looking good or whatever. I don't like that. I don't like inconsistency with figures in the line. It almost feels like this was the first prototype and they made all the other figures later. But the hips, if you get this panel up under here, you can't go out that far. You can kick up that far, but it's going out to the side because these panels right here hit. You can rotate on the thigh, but that is hitting there. You can rotate inward. You do get double jointed knees, pinless double jointed. Let's bend this one first and then bend that up. And you see that bend. The ankles. Whew. You see how this is kind of at an angle like that, leaning his body that way? I can't for the life of me. I've been trying to push that forward. I can't, but they do go back. And there is no ankle pivot. There's ankle swivel. So like if I swivel that all the way around, because this is a soft piece, it can actually bend up. So you see that's not a problem that way. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Let's get into it before I bring out the comparisons. The arm, when I saw how this was shaped, I already knew, just like the Jazwares one, that the armpit right there was going to be a problem articulation wise. And I was also not seeing double jointed elbows. I mean, you could be tricked into thinking that was double jointed if I didn't tell you or didn't show you that it wasn't. But my main gripes, I don't know why they didn't give this thing ankle pivot. That's just nuts to me. I know his foot is like a certain design, but why did they do that? I'm disappointed with that. And then I'm also disappointed that I can't get the foot to go forward. It is hard as crap just to get him to stand up straight. That neck thing, holy moly. And my other gripe, the back bling likes to fall off easy and the face falls off easy. I want this line to succeed, and this is a cool thing to come out with the LED lights. You don't get that in regular action figures. Transformers, we don't even get it in Transformers anymore. So to get it in regular action figures, cool. The 5 face plates extra, good. The paint job is good, like I showed. And this back bling is beyond anything. Like, they spared no expense with the back bling. But for the price point, I don't pretend to be a toy maker knowing like what goes into this stuff and why it's so expensive. But for the price point, I think the bare minimum they could have done is given us a few pairs of hands extra, because that shouldn't have cost that much money. Like, give them some dynamic hands and give them some hands where the wrist bend that way, or maybe 2 fists. And he doesn't come with a harvesting tool. I think all of these should come with back bling, harvesting tool, and a gun minimum, and then everything else should be extra. But yeah, getting him to stand up because of these ankles is a chore. It's like you gotta bend his hips forward, or definitely get him in a pose, which, let me try that, because I have not tried that yet. I'm not gonna lie, the lack of ankle pivot is murdering this figure. It's murdering. And I feel crazy right now because I'm like all in on this line. And then I know my friends that I chat with every day, they'll just have some reason to make fun of my purchase. Thank you in advance for this, for making fun of it. But yeah, it is definitely hard to get him standing the way I want with no ankle pivot. Like, ugh. I can't believe they didn't give it ankle pivot. I don't give a crap what this design looks like. It should have had ankle pivot. And this is an example of something you can do when you don't have butterfly joints. But let's get the comparisons in here. I'm going to start off with the scientist comparison from Jazwares Legendary Series. Now here's a Jazwares figure. Seems like it's a little bit more broad. Now, in comparison, design-wise, design aesthetics, this feels more like a toy. Things that aren't better, the shoulders don't come in. This chest piece is all sculpted in. The proportions, like the design of the hip guards right there, this is probably way more accurate. He looks way more human proportioned, to be honest with you. This has the extra cutout right there. Well, that's a solid piece that's not even painted. Things that are better, this actually has a butterfly joint, a real butterfly joint. Now the ankles, I was complaining about his ankles. This doesn't, I mean, if you twist it, actually no, you can't. Can you? I've always had a problem making this joint right here rotate, so I'm not sure if that's supposed to rotate. So it's hard to get him in an ankle pivot stance as well, but he does have a toe joint right there, which isn't useful because it got that. The waist isn't that much better, but you do get a rotation here, and it comes with, besides that face, is 3 other faces. It came with this rocket launcher that actually fires, or it used to at some point. And you get this gun right here with the removable magazine, and it actually did come with a harvesting tool right here. So let's see him with this harvesting tool, which I'm pretty sure he holds way better than any Jazware. So since I got both of these, I have that option, and I can give him all of these options right here. Did this get chewed up somehow? I think so. But yeah, that's him. Here's my only other 7 member right here, and I need to review that. He's wave 1 Jazwares Fortnite, but I need to review that because I just got it, and he's kind of awesome. Here are a couple of G.I. Joe, Lightning Collection, and a Marvel Legend. Here's Regsy and Funk Ops. And yeah, that's it. End of the day, yeah, I like the thing. It looks very detailed. I like that it has that light up feature with the LED. That's, once I saw that, I was like, wow, I want that. But I cannot sit here and say that it's worth what they're charging. And they started charging that before they just upped the price of everything. All I can say is this: they better not adjust this price to go with the current day prices that they're trying to charge. He is not worth it. He is not worth the price that they're charging. If this was $30, I'll even let them slide with $34.99. But the $44.99, yeah, no, I can't say it's worth that. And I hope that I want this line to succeed. I don't want it to disappear just like the Overwatch figures. These are way better than the Overwatch figures by a mile. Paint, articulation, all that. Accessories. So I want them to succeed, but yeah. After people watch this, if you got gripes with the things I have gripes with, and those ankles are a major gripe. Like, I had to like turn the hips like this in order to just get him standing up. Putting it straight, the fact that I can't get those ankles to rock forward. And let me try one more time before I close. Yay. Let me show you if I can. Right there, that is sculpted thick. It should have been thin, just like this. If it was thin, I would be able to at least shove this up more into there. And the more I look at this, the more I see like the silver paint right here. So it is painted. So I think for whatever reason, Hasbro thinks that good paint jobs is worth $20 extra. I would think it would be like $5 extra or whatever, but they're charging $20 extra for very nice painted Transformers that were already previously released, and now they're charging $20 extra than this should cost for the premium paint. So is premium paint worth $20 a year? I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna end the video right there. You tell me what you think in the comments, like I said earlier. Until next time, T-Man978 out of here.
Figure action. That one's me.
Join the Syndicate Toy Hunters Facebook group. Link in the description. Click the videos. Click the fucking videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really click these videos. Click the videos. Click those fucking videos, baby. Click the videos. You really should click those videos. Click that shit.